everyone. Thank you for tuning in for another Pre-K Wednesday activity. I'm Miss Andris and I'm from the Columbia campus. I'm excited to come to you all with another fun activity. What we're going to discuss today are objects that are able to sink or float. Now you're probably wondering, how are items able to sink or float? Well, you have density. Now, if an item has molecules, which all objects are made up of molecules. So if the molecules are tightly packed into the object, that means it has a high density. If the molecules are loose in that object, that means it has a low density. So I want you all to look for some items around your house, whether it's a toy, a coin, a pencil, anything. Look for items around your house, or you can take a nature walk. My boys and I went out for a nature walk and we were able to collect some items, some objects out at a park, a state park. So if you want to go outside, be responsible and have an adult with you. That way they can watch. You all can collect some items together. You can have like maybe 5 to 10 items you want to test out. So bring all those items, have them all together, along with a container of water, a clear container. That way you can see your items, whether it's sink or float. Now I'll have a clear container, that way you all can see me test out these items. So y'all check out my boys taking their walk.
We are here at Preschool Park to collect items for sink and float activity. We can collect rocks, pine cones, straw, and leaves.
And what do you have, Ian?
I have some sticks.
All right.
I have a rock and some pine. I have straw, a stick, and a rock.
Okay, let's put them in our bag since we're collecting the items. All right, let's keep on walking. All right. So we're gonna see how dense these leaves are when we test it out for the sink or float activity. All right, look like you all have a good bit. All right, awesome. So you all have all of your objects that you want to test out, whether it's sink or float. You have an adult with you, that way they can monitor you testing out your items in a bucket of water. And you can also count up how many items sink and how many float. All right, so let's get started with this fun activity. Here's a quick look at all of the objects we have collected to test whether they sink or float. So now is the time to test out your objects to see whether they sink or float. Now keep in mind, any objects with molecules that are loosely packed together will float, and they have a low density. Any items with molecules that are tightly packed together have a high density, so they will sink to the bottom. So far, the items we've tested all float. So let's give the rock a try. What's your guess on this one? And you are correct. It sunk right to the bottom, so it's high density. Now let's try the stick, whether it float or sink, and it floats. Good guess, you guys. And let's try out Batman. Let's see whether he sink or float. And he sunk to the bottom. I was gonna guess that one float, but let's try out the clay, hardened clay, and that sunk to the bottom, so that has a high density. And let's try out the ball, and this has a low density, so it floats. Let's give our toy car a test on whether it sink or float, and it floats to the top. And let's try out the leaves we collected on our nature walk. What's your guess for this? You think it will float? And you are correct. Good job. All right, let's try out the pine cone. And this object, it floats. So those items has molecules that loosely packed together, so it has a low density. And so let's give our coin a try. And what's your guess for this? You think it will sink? And you are correct. Good job. So that has molecules that are tightly packed together, so it has a high density. And the pencil floats as well. And let's try our water bottle. And that floats as well. And one more, the crayon. And this item sunk right to the bottom. All right, good job, you guys. So how many items did you have sink and how many items did you have float? Do the math and make it fun.
So introduce yourselves.
I'm Tyson. I'm Cam.
And what does it mean to be responsible?
What it means to be responsible is you have to be responsible for yourself. Like whatever your parents tell you to do, you do it. And if you have a mess, be responsible for yourself of cleaning it up.
Awesome. Cameron, how are you responsible?
And if somebody push you, you tell the teacher or grown up, someone pushed me. Now they will come right to them, and they will get you a band-aid, and they have set out of the game.
Oh, wow.
And
so the teacher's being responsible by helping? Oh, okay.
that's how you be responsible. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Be a superhero reader by taking part of the Children's Ministry Summer Reading Challenge July 4th to July 31st. Join Right Direction Columbia Campus for the Back to School Bash for food, fun, and school supplies on August 7th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Continue to join us for Preschool Live every first Sunday and every Wednesday for a Bible lesson and more. Also, stay connected to our Kids Town YouTube channel. See you next time.